Game 1 with our red human player, the top seed of his group F. It is Soulful. And at the bottom left, our fourth seed from Group E, the yellow Night Elf player, FROZENYETI. And Yeti going for the Beastmaster build, I believe, as this is last Refuge. Soulful on the other side. Standard human play. Now, Soulful's MMR is fairly high right now, but he did also just recently lose to Jedi, and Jedi is closer to around 1600, even though Soulful's way up at like 1800. So I do think he's beatable. However, maybe a bit tough matchup for Night Elf. We'll see. Jedi playing Orc, you know, different matchup mechanically. We'll see how this plays out. But yeah, it is Tavern build from Yeti and standard Archmage from Soulful, leaving his base open here so far. Also, putting a farm in here, quite interesting. Maybe just to make sure a rifle doesn't ever spawn in there, I guess. You know, nothing gets blocked in there. It's also really hard for a keeper to summon treants to break through here, because they would have to take out, I think, 6 trees in order to be able to walk in. So that could be pretty good. However, there's of course the gap here and trees here that can be blocked, ate through by a keeper anyways. But it's not even keeper, it's the Beastmaster. We got the bear, he's looking to creep. And we got a little footman trying to be annoying in the base. Yeti probably going to cancel this archer and start his creep. This footman, super annoying. Oh, he's actually going to make the archer creep a small green first. I don't hate this. But it does open you up a little bit more for a harass from the human. If they came over right away. Well, I don't know. It's both good and bad against the rest. It's good because you're not like getting caught mid creeping really, but it's bad because usually you can just finish this before the human really does anything. Either way, starting it now. It looks like the human player not coming across though at all, so should be a free keep here from free creep here for Yeti. Big XP. Ruined bracers, not too great. Gloves of haste, not too great. And Soulful with a very interesting creep route, going green to green to green again. And tier 2, so no expansion play. Definitely not uncommon against Beastmaster, but usually it's aggressive play. Like usually the human creeps this first, and then goes aggressive against the Beastmaster with like Troll Shadow Priest and just never lets the Beastmaster get tons of levels. So, in my opinion, Yeti's not in a bad spot here. Claws and gloves could be good if he goes Naga second, for instance, and has that poking away with high damage ranged attacks. And he's a level 3 Beastmaster already with Mercs. And the human not even level 3. Yeti's in a good position. Oh, but getting one archer ensnared and missing them at first, but look at all these free footman kills. Huge pickoffs for Yeti. Should be able to get one more, I believe. Bear's a little AFK, sadly. They had 2 footman kills already, and probably a third one. Human trying to go for the Shadow Priest. However, needs to watch out for his hero. Bear still AFK at the gold mine. Whoa, what is this? At this point, maybe just attack would be better. Oh, he really wanted to place that sentry If Yeti was listening, he should know the sentry was placed, because it does make his sound effect. Wisp going to get caught out by the rifles. 2 rifles already. Blood Mage on the way. Sanctum. So likely rifle casters and a push at some point. And Yeti staying tier 1. Or I mean, staying 1 base, I mean. And tier 2 about finished. With his wood economy, I would like him to go directly to tier 3 and get bears as soon as possible. But we'll just see what he's opts for. So far, no tech. Does get a Naga, which I think is a good choice with his items. Claw, Glove, amazing for this. Should probably sell the bracers and tech. He is producing 1 Wisp though, so his tech will be a little delayed. And a protector, defensive protector before the tech. Bracers still not sold. Honestly, I think not selling the bracers here is possibly a losing move.
A player's forces are under attack.
Because he really needs that that gold right now. But we do have level 4 Beastmaster unlocked. Okay, he does get his tier 3 now, so not too late. I would have liked to see it a little bit quicker by selling the bracers, maybe not even producing a Wisp. But it's not too late. This looks pretty good for Yeti. Human getting some levels in though. Just continuing to creep. Human also similar items, claws, bracers, bunch of sentries. But I like the position here for Yeti. I really think he can win this. He does need to pass the claws though. And he actually sold the Gloves of Haste, but kept the bracers. Interesting choice. I mean, to be fair, there is some magic damage with Flame Strike potentially. Casters. But he might not even go Flame Strike, he might go Banish. So I do think bracers is a sell here. See if he sells it later. Yeah, this looks good for Yeti. Although he is going to get 1 Dryad potentially attacked a bit. No, only 1 hit. Oh, he's going immediately for the red camp. Could be good if he can creep it fast enough. However, the attack on his base is coming already. And most of his wisps are spread out, so they're not prepared to repair the AP right away. Positioning also a little awkward. This choke point, this blocked base, not doing too good for Yeti, but maybe he can get his ranged units on the bottom side. Oh, Ancient War uprooted. Oh no, that's gonna die super quick. And the Flame Strike immediately on all the archers. Oh, rough start to the fight for Yeti. Also needs to use this Moonwell, get more summons. And he's not producing the bears. No bears yet. And now the rifle's starting to look pretty scary. He has reached a level 3 Naga. Still didn't pass the claws though, or get his Orb of Venom. So a bit of macro mistakes and positioning mistakes from Yeti here, and Soulful. Those rifles putting up a lot of pressure. Does finally get his orb. Now with the Naga being able to poke away with the Orb of Venom. Oh, still has Frost Arrow enabled, and the Naga getting focused herself. If you can start spreading that venom on everything and get some bears out, could still mount some sort of comeback, but there are towers on the way, one about to finish, and the bears do not have research just yet. Should see some rejuvenations. Oh wait, no, he doesn't even have Adept yet. There is no rejuvenation, it's only Roar. Oh. And the base build not doing too great for Yeti. One thing against human, you don't actually want a blocked base like this. It's good against or it can be good against Orc Blade Master, and it can be alright against Undead sometimes. Or, but mostly Elf, and then sometimes Orc is where the blocked base is best. But against Human, it really hurts. You don't want a blocked base against the ranged army. You don't want a blocked base against footmen who can walk through it anyways. So Yeti kind of cornered now. Base starting to get open, but now there's a bunch of towers, so that's not going to help either. And Soulful looking really strong. Bear research only just now getting the master research, but the rifle count, the priest count, so high now, and there's going to be 5 arcanes. We'll see what Yeti can do to fight this off in a sec, but it's looking pretty bad. The Naga looks stacked though. Needs to actually be poking away with the Orb of Venom. So that's one of the things with these pushes. You need your Naga to get that orb right away and just start hitting everything. Get the priest to use all their mana on heals. You know, potentially pick something off if the opponent sits it there too long. But we do finally see bears morphed. One bear not morphed yet and gets burned down. And just not enough bears here to really fight us off. But he is getting some pickoffs. A couple priests now working on those rifles. However, with 5 arcanes, there's like no mana anywhere. One last forked lightning coming out. But has to call the GG in the end. And Soulful takes game 1. Now we have game 2 on Concealed Hill. Bottom left, our winner from the previous game, Soulful, likely to do more standard play, but will be interesting to see if he goes 1 base again or if he tries to expand this time. And on the other side, FROZENYETI going for a standard altar build this time. No Tavern Hero, Beastmaster. Also, very far forward Ancient of War. Can easily be cancelled by a militia pull if the human was to try it. However, it does not seem like our human player is going to go for that. So the Ancient War should be fine. And yeah, let's see if Yeti can change it up a bit now, likely with a Keeper or maybe a Demon Hunter. See if that goes better for him than the Beastmaster. But honestly, the Beastmaster play did look strong. Just wasn't able to get his tier 3 online at the timing he needed. And we do see the Keeper, couple Wisps moving out to get in position. And on the other side, Soulful, just so far so standard. And first Footman does look to be just going for the small orange here, so not going to see any sort of lab pull at the start. Or is going to scout across. Okay, but he is probably going for the small orange. Yeti starting his creep as well. Of course, also going for the small orange. And Claws of Attack, good pickup for our Night Elf. You like when the Keeper can dish out that extra damage and take out these footmen more easily before he's level 3 and can just entangle them down. Because sometimes getting to level 3 ends up being a problem in the first place. So with those claws, it should be a bit easier to secure those last hits. And Yeti, I think, saw the human coming across there. The Wisp was in range, but was he paying attention, or was he just paying attention to his creeping? Going to creep the Spider Crab and Murlocs here. But the human doing the same thing on the other side, and this indicates a tier 2 play rather than an expansion from the human. I believe the Wisp scouted it as well, or at least scouted this camp, so Yeti knows that the human is taking his crab Where will he go next? Looks like he's going to go defensive. Doesn't want the human to break into his base. There is an option to potentially pull this and kill the blue ogre,
A player's forces are under attack.
or go into the human main, especially if he noticed there was no tower. There's actually no arcane. Could have seen some damage coming in here. Oh, securing the water Ellie, not bad. It is a little costly to lose the wisp, but getting that level 3 online as soon as possible, very huge for the keeper. And now he will be, I believe, 1 kill away, whether it be a footman or a water Ellie.
Are under attack.
After this camp. So very close to level 3, just where you want to be when the human comes to attack. Could even get a peasant to secure that level 3. Or potentially entangle the blue ogre, entangle the level 5, like anything. Looks like he is going to go for the level 5, I believe. Oh, he wants to take the green, but the human was already there. The human actually left most of the camp though, so Yeti is going to finish this up. Very interesting creep route from Soulful. A bit inefficient. Because usually I think the human would creep this. Or finish this completely. And then would militia creep this, and then head into the base with level 3. So a really weird creep route. And Yeti, I believe, is in the lead once again. Already level 3 Archmage, or level 3 Keeper before the Archmage is level 3. So, I mean, Yeti being much more efficient with his creeping. Catching out the human here as well. Going to get some pickoffs. 1 rifle already gone. Should be able to get a 2nd rifle or force the TP. We do see the rifle here dying. And the human, no counter kills yet. Might even see a footman pick off or the TP forced. Do we see the TP forced? What's he go for? Goes for the footman kill. Not a bad choice. Doesn't actually need to attack it though. Could just attack the Archmage instead. So a bit of missed damage there on the Archmage. Could have had a couple hits. But otherwise, great position for Yeti. Taking out 2 of the first 3 rifles. That's definitely amazing for our Night Elf. And already getting ready to creep. But second hero not yet arrived. And it is going to be the Demon Hunter second. Can be good, particularly against like maybe an MK second. However, sometimes can be lacking the damage you need, being a more single target hero rather than AoE. Blood Mage trying to keep the keeper away, and is going to do so. Might be worth just going in for another entangle though. Yeah, I think a little missed opportunity there from Yeti. I think just going in for another entangle before there's any dispel, getting that priest, or getting that rifle before the priests are here, probably would be worth, even though it would cost a bit of mana from the siphon. However, still in a good position. He has his tier 3 halfway done, a protector, defensive protector on the way. Little archer, kind of forgotten. But still, great position for Yeti, and he's catching him at the orange. Going to get a rifle kill immediately, should get out of range. Oh, goes for the treants. Not sure if better than just entangle, as it will feed a little bit of XP, but not terrible against the peasants. However, the rifles make quick work of the treants. Look how fast they died. And human going for an expo on tier 2. Interesting play. Yeti should be able to punish this. He still has 6 archers alive. His DH is almost 3. Going to be 3 off of this camp. And he's already picked off 3 rifles. Huge pickoffs for our Night Elf. Keeper in the base, getting mana. Ancient Wonder's a bit late though, and has drained all the wells just for mana. So not ideal. But should be able to just snag this level 5.
Player's forces are under attack.
Get his bears online and then push, I believe. We do have the level 3 DH. He is just going to snag the 5. Level 5 creep and then back off. Shot being late does hurt. Second lore being late does hurt. However, he is 3/3 hero levels. He has kept his archers alive. Killed a few rifles before priests were out with adept. Still a good position for our night elf. But he needs to get that orb of venom. Get that orb of venom, bro. Going to go for one more creep. Snagging this item can definitely be worthwhile. He is going to take a chunk of damage and have to use an entangle here. However, should be able to get it fairly easily. Will the ogre run back? It is. So the camp will take a bit. Oh, actually uses his heal scroll already as well. Did not want to lose the archers. Not sure how worth that is, but because now look, they're all weak again. Oh, that hurts. And Hood of Cunning. I don't know. I think this creep didn't work out so well. Look at all, like, he used a heal scroll to creep it, and he still took so much damage. Human on the other side. Level 4, almost level 3, and managed to snag the fountain creep. So Yeti might be missing his timing here. And part of it was just because of Ancient of Wonders was so late. So he was not able to grab his orb right away and head across. Is going to do so now, I believe. Ancient of War and AP might also start to make their way downwards. Or to the Expo. Yeah, we have bears. We have the orb. No staff of preservation though. But the human continuing to get creeping. 4/3 hero levels, and he did go banish. And banish plus siphon going to be very annoying for the elf heroes here. And the bears. And there is a huge count of rifle caster now. And the human immediately TPing, wants to be in position. Did scout it with the illusion. Yeti only with 3 bears. And a dryad on the way eventually. So not as big of an army as he would have liked maybe. And the human's already pushed to 60. And has Scroll of the Beast for rifles. Oh, that hurts. Honestly, for Yeti, timing was just a little late. And he spent so much on items. He bought a heal scroll that he already used. He bought a protection scroll. He bought an invuln. And now the human's expansion has paid off. Human already at 60 out of 66 food. About to push to that 66 food now with that farm finishing up. Yeti trying to do some damage in the main here. Might go for the arcane vault. But so far just going to back off. And it looks like he wants to just counter expand. Which could be an okay choice. But the human is prepared to already attack really quickly here, being at 66 food. So Yeti will have to finish this camp as soon as possible. And without a Moonwell coming up, he is unprepared to jump to 60 or 70 food. And this human push is going to be devastating as the human continues to break even further at 69. Whereas Yeti still stuck at 50. And now getting caught out at the creep. Ogre, I believe, was taken by the human. We see some trees marching in. And a little rifle getting caught out. Free gift here, but the archers are hurting. Oh, he actually retrained 2 flame strike. Saw the archer count was still pretty high. Wanted the flame strike value instead. Blood Mage actually out of mana now. But there's only 3 bears against so many rifle casters with Roar Scroll, that +5 rifle damage. And the DH dropping low, has to use his invuln already. No second orb yet either on the keeper. And DH not actually getting damage in during his invuln either, just backing off tower, trying to put in work, but not going to do much with the priest healing the whole time. Yeti finally has his expo finished, but it's not mining, and the human expo's already paid off. He's at 70 food now. Another bear on the way. And the human marching in. We do see a couple wisps here in position, going to lower that water ellie down, but the bear count just a little too low right now. Some nice damage coming in here on the blood mage. However, just not enough. The rifle caster army too strong.
A player's forces are
And
under
the human still sitting at 70 food. Yeti does have MGs on the way though. Honestly, MGs plus Orb of Venom can actually make a difference against this sort of tier 2 army. But it might be a little too little and a little too late. Especially with that bear falling and the archers, half of them gone already. Yeti taps out. Soulful takes the 2-0